Listen closely, this isn't just another story. This is your wake-up call. If you've been sitting back waiting for someone to tell you that you matter, that your voice is worth hearing, I'm here to tell you that moment is now. You don't need permission to rise. You don't need someone to come save you. The silence you've been holding on to is deafening, and it's time to break it. For too long, you've let pain, doubt, and fear keep you quiet. You've allowed others, society, the people who didn't understand you, the voices in your head to dictate who you are and what you're capable of. But no more. The time to step into your power is right now. This is not a passive tale, a quiet reflection of your past struggles. This is a call to action. Today, you reclaim your voice. You take what was meant to break you and transform it into your strength. This is the moment you've been waiting for. It's time to speak up. It's time to rise. The world will know who you are, and it starts now. You've been walking around like a shadow of yourself, shattered and hollow. Every step you take feels heavier than the last, as if you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, only the world doesn't care. You've been broken, stitched together with fragile threads, but somehow you've kept going, even though you feel like you're barely holding on. Your heart feels like a battlefield torn between hope and despair, love and loss, dreams and regret. And your mind? Your mind is a storm, a swirling chaos of thoughts, doubts, and fears that never seem to quiet. It's like trying to find peace in the middle of a hurricane, where every wave of emotion crashes over you, leaving you gasping for air. Maybe you've been here before, stuck, uncertain, exhausted from pretending that everything is fine when, deep down, you know it isn't. You've lost something or someone, a piece of yourself, a dream you once believed in, or perhaps even someone you thought would always be by your side. The sting of that loss is still fresh, and every day feels like a reminder of everything that slipped away. You've failed. Again and again. The weight of failure presses down on you like a shackle that won't break, telling you that you're not enough, that you'll never be enough. Rejection has become a constant companion, and the voices telling you that you don't belong, that you don't matter, have become so loud they drown out your own. The truth is, you're tired. So tired of feeling small, of feeling invisible, of feeling like you don't have the strength to keep fighting. But here's the thing, the pain you feel, the rejection, the crushing self-doubt, it isn't just some random twist of fate. There's a villain here, one that has been trying to take you down for far too long. It's not just the words of others that have wounded you, it's the voices in your own head. They told you that you were nothing. They told you that your dreams were too big, that you were too weak, too small, too flawed. And somewhere along the way, you started to believe them. The truth is, the villain isn't just out there, it's within you too. It's the fear that holds you back from even trying. It's the self-doubt that tells you you're not worthy of success or happiness. It's the guilt and the shame that make you feel like you'll never be good enough. And those external voices, the critics, the ones who have pushed you down, laughed at your failures, and scoffed at your dreams, they're part of the villain too. Society, with all its expectations, its narrow standards of success, and its toxic ideals of what you should be, has worked tirelessly to make you believe that you are nothing more than a product of your circumstances, a puppet on a string, controlled by everyone around you. And you, for far too long, let them pull those strings. But let me tell you something, the villain doesn't get to have the last word. Not anymore. The story is not over. Your story is not over. And it's time to face down the villain, both inside and out. It's time to stop listening to the lies, to the doubts, to the fears that have held you captive for so long. Because the truth is this, you are not what they told you to be. You are more than the mistakes you've made, more than the scars they've left on you, more than the failures that have haunted your every step. You are not their narrative. You are your own. It's time to break free. And that starts with realizing that the villain has no real power over you anymore, not if you don't let it. You feel it, don't you? That heavy weight pressing down on your chest, suffocating you, slowly stealing your breath. Every day you wake up, you carry it with you like an invisible anchor. Your mind races, your heart pounds, but nothing seems to change. You're stuck in this painful loop, unable to escape, unable to move forward. The world around you spins, and yet you feel like you're standing still, frozen in place. The longer you stay here, the harder it becomes to breathe, to think, to hope. If you wait for someone to save you, you'll stay broken forever. Waiting for a miracle to come, waiting for someone to reach out and fix you, it's a trap. And every second you wait, you sink deeper into the quicksand of your own despair. The longer you remain passive, the more the pain becomes your reality. It becomes your identity. You start to believe it. You start to think that this is all there is, that this pain is your story, that there's no way out. But staying stuck doesn't make the pain go away. It festers. It grows. The silence gets louder, the fear gets bigger, and the weight you carry turns from heavy to unbearable. You can feel the numbness creeping in, how it dulls your mind, how it steals your joy, how it makes you question whether things will ever be different. This is not living. This is existing. This is going through the motions, pretending everything is okay while your soul is screaming for change. But nothing changes if you don't take action. Imagine this: you're standing at the edge of a cliff, and you're afraid to jump. So you wait. You wait for someone to push you, or for the winds to change, or for the moment to be perfect. But the cliff doesn't move. The world doesn't slow down to wait for you to find the courage to leap. And if you don't take that first step, if you keep waiting, you'll never know what could have been. You have been waiting too long, and it's time to realize something crucial: staying in this place is your choice. And with that choice comes consequences. Every day you remain here, in this dark, suffocating space of your pain, is another day lost. Another day where you deny yourself the chance to grow, to heal, to become who you were always meant to be. I know what you're thinking. You're tired. You're so tired. Tired of pretending everything is okay when it's not. Tired of hoping for someone to come and fix things, to make it all go away. But no one is coming. Not unless you decide to change it yourself. You have to want it. You have to want to break free from the chains of this pain, this despair, and step into the life you've been running from. And that starts now. This pain you're feeling, it's real. I won't diminish it, won't tell you to just get over it or move on. Your struggle is valid. But what I will tell you is this is not where your story ends. This is the moment before the breakthrough. You stand at the crossroads right now. You have a choice to make. Will you stay here, trapped in the dark, letting the pain define you? Or will you rise from the ashes, rebuild yourself from the rubble of your past, and step forward into the light? The breakthrough is coming, but only if you choose it. This is your moment. This is the moment you decide to stop waiting for someone else to save you, and instead, save yourself. Don't let the pain win. Don't let the silence swallow you whole. You are stronger than this. Listen to me. Every time they tried to break you, they were just making you stronger. Every word, every action, every time they tried to push you down, to break your spirit, they were forging you. You thought it was defeat, but it was only preparation. The struggles, the battles, the pain you've been through, they've all been part of a process. And you are not the sum of your pain. You are the power that comes from it. They wanted you to stay down, to remain small, to let their negativity crush you into a shadow of yourself. But they didn't know what you were made of. They didn't know what you could become. They didn't know that every time they hit you, you would rise from it stronger. They didn't realize that your strength was always within you, just waiting for the right moment to break free. And now, that moment is here. This is your time to rise. Pain doesn't define you. It fuels you. Every tear you've shed, every heartache you've endured, every moment you felt like the world was too heavy, it's all been a part of the process. Those tears are not weakness, they are the rain that nurtures your growth. Those hard hatches, they are not signs of defeat, they are the lessons that teach you how to fight, how to stand tall when the world wants you to bow. You are not broken, you are being made. Think about it for a second. Every storm you've faced, every obstacle you've overcome, every battle you've fought, you survived. Not just that, you've thrived. You didn't just get through it, you came out stronger, wiser, and more resilient. So many people would have folded under the weight of what you've carried, but not you. You faced it all. And the more you fought, the more you've grown, the more you've become the person you were meant to be. Think back to the hardest moments of your life, the times you thought you couldn't go on, the times you felt like it would never get better. But here you are. You are still standing, still breathing, still fighting. That's because there is something inside of you that refuses to die, that refuses to be broken. That something is your resilience. It is the fire that burns within you, and it will never be extinguished unless you allow it. And here's the thing: you've survived every storm. Every storm that has come into your life, you've weathered it. You've fought through it. You've learned from it. And you've grown stronger. Now, look at how far you've come. All those times you thought you couldn't take another step, you did. All those times you wanted to give up, you kept going. You've been through the worst, and you've lived to tell the tale. And now, you will survive the next one. Because you are no longer the person you were before. You are someone different. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are unstoppable. Let me remind you of something: every struggle you faced has been part of the blueprint for the person you are now. Each failure, each moment of doubt, each battle, no matter how hard, has shaped you. You are not the same person who walked into those struggles. No, you are someone who has learned to stand up, to rise from the ashes, to embrace the scars as marks of strength. You have already won the battles you thought would destroy you. And now, you are ready for whatever comes next. Look at yourself, really look at yourself, and see how far you've come. You are the survivor of every storm that life has thrown at you. You are the person who kept moving, even when your legs wanted to stop. You are the person who kept hoping, even when your heart was heavy with despair. You are the person who refused to give up, who refused to let the world take away your light. This is your moment to reflect on all that you've survived. Reflect on how far you've come. And then realize this: every storm you've survived has been the preparation for your greatest victory. You've been prepared for something bigger, something greater than you ever imagined. The struggles, they weren't the end of you. They were the beginning of who you were meant to be. And now, as you stand on the edge of your future, remember this: you've already survived the hardest part. You've made it through the worst, and you have learned and grown from every step. Now, it's time to take all that strength, all that resilience, and use it to rise higher than you ever thought possible. The next storm, you'll survive that one too, because you've already built the strength to weather it. And now that you know what you're made of, nothing can stop you. You've become the storm. You've learned that no matter what life throws at you, you are capable of surviving, thriving, and rising stronger than before. Your past no longer defines you. Your strength does. You've been buried, haven't you? You've been trampled down, your dreams stomped into the ground, your spirit crushed beneath the weight of everything that was thrown at you. You've been told that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve the things you desire, that you're just another casualty in a world that doesn't care. They tried to bury you in the dirt, didn't they? They thought that was the end. They thought that would be the final blow, the one that would keep you down forever. But they forgot one thing: seeds grow in the dark. What they couldn't see, what they never understood, is that the dirt they tried to bury you under was the very soil in which you began to bloom. They thought they could silence you, make you invisible, reduce you to nothing. But what they didn't count on was the strength inside you, the resilience that no amount of pressure could ever crush. They didn't know that you were built to grow from the very challenges they threw at you. This is the moment. This is the moment where you stop seeing yourself as a victim and start realizing that you hold the key to your own freedom. You've been handed the tools, the lessons, the strength you needed to rise. And now, the choice is yours. Are you going to stay down? Are you going to let them silence you forever? Or are you going to rise stronger than ever and show the world what happens when you fight back? Are you going to stay down? Or are you going to let their voices drown out your own? Are you going to stay quiet? Or are you going to stand tall and make the world hear your roar? It's time to stop pretending that your struggles are some random accident, some cruel twist of fate. They were never meant to break you, they were meant to make you. Every step you've taken, every tear you've shed, every battle you've fought has been a part of your awakening. And now you realize the truth: no one can hold you back unless you let them. No one can keep you small unless you allow it. You are the force they never saw coming. You are the storm they feared, and now the storm is here. You see, your power has always been inside you, but now you are finally awake to it. You've spent far too long hiding, far too long listening to the lies that told you you were small, insignificant, and powerless. But no more. The chains that bound you are being shattered. The silence that once swallowed your voice is being ripped apart by the roar of your truth. You are not who they told you to be. You are who you choose to be. The time for passive waiting is over. Now is your time to take control, to step into your power and own your story. You are the author, the hero, and the only one who has the pen to your narrative. Will you continue to let them define you? Will you let their doubts, their judgments, and their negativity shape the way you see yourself? Or will you rise, take ownership of your life, and define yourself on your own terms? Will you continue to live in fear, cowering from the voices that have tried to hold you back? Or will you stand tall, face the world head on, and make them see the strength they've been too blind to recognize? This is the moment when everything changes. This is the moment you take your place. You've walked through fire, you've faced the storm, and now you stand at the edge of something greater than you could have ever imagined. The power is yours. The world can't stop you. It can try. It will try. But it can't stop you anymore, because now you know who you are. You know what you're made of. The storm is coming, and you are the storm. And no one will ever silence you again. It's your time. It's your time to rise. Listen to me closely. You're standing at the edge of something monumental. You've fought your battles, you've survived the storms, and now it's time to do something unstoppable. The universe didn't break you. The world didn't defeat you. All those challenges, all that pain, it wasn't your end, it was your beginning. So now it's time for you to step up, stand tall, and take action. You've carried these burdens for so long, but now you're going to pick up the pieces, not to carry them any longer, but to build something unbreakable. All those fragments of pain, regret, fear, and doubt, They are the foundation of something stronger than you could have ever imagined. Every single scar you carry is a reminder that you survived, and that, my friend, means you can thrive. You've been to hell and back. You've been told you were nothing. You've been pushed to the brink, made to feel small, insignificant, forgotten. But you're still here. You are standing tall, and now you have the chance to step into your true power. Your past struggles do not define you. They are your training ground. Every fight, every tear, every moment of doubt, those are the marks of someone who is ready to conquer, ready to take charge of their destiny. You have been prepared for this, but now you have to act. Action is what separates those who survive from those who thrive, and it's time for you to step into that power. Your past, your pain, they are not chains. They are the fuel for your fire. You've got a blaze inside of you waiting to be unleashed. You've learned from your failures. You've grown from your struggles. Now, use them. Use your pain as the fuel to propel you forward into the life you deserve. No more holding back. No more waiting for permission. This is your time to rise. So let's get to it. Let's lay out the roadmap for your next chapter. First, you need to decide. Are you going to let the ghosts of your past keep haunting you? Or are you going to use them to power you forward? Step forward now, not as someone haunted by their past, but as someone who uses their past as fuel to ignite their future. It's time to rewrite your story. It's time to create the life you've been dreaming of. Here's how you begin. Face the fear you've been afraid of failing, of being judged, of not being enough. But now, fear is your ally, not your enemy. Use it. Let it be the fire that sharpens you. Look your fear in the face and walk through it. Let go of the past you've carried so much baggage for so long. It's time to put it down. Your past is behind you, not in front of you. Leave behind the self-doubt, the self-pity, and the limitations. They were never yours to carry. Embrace your power. You are stronger than you think. You've always had the strength inside of you to be the person you are meant to be. Believe in yourself. Believe that you are worthy of greatness. Just make the decision to act. It's time to stop waiting. Stop sitting on the sidelines while life passes you by. Take action today, right now. Small steps lead to massive transformation. Create a plan, set your goals, and break them down into action steps. This is how you turn your dreams into reality. No more excuses. You have everything you need to succeed. Build your tribe. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who encourage your growth, who challenge you to be better. You are not meant to walk this path alone. Now, go after what you deserve. Step into your purpose, and don't apologize for wanting more. Every step forward is a victory. Every time you rise above your doubts, you strengthen your foundation. And remember this, they thought they broke you, but all they did was forge a weapon. You are not just a survivor. You are a warrior. Now, it's your time to rise. Take your past and turn it into your power. Turn every moment of weakness into your strength. The storm is here, and you are the force they never saw coming. Now go. Go and show them. Go and show the world who you really are. It's your time, your moment, your reality. The monster they feared, the force they tried to break is now their reality. You are unstoppable. The world is yours. Look at what you've been through. Look at everything you've overcome. When you think back to the battles you fought, those moments when you thought you couldn't possibly go on, when the weight of the world crushed you beneath its heel, what do you see now? Do you see the person you used to be? The one who doubted? The one who was afraid to stand up? The one who let the world define them? Or do you see someone new? Someone who has been forged in fire? Someone who has endured the storms, learned from the struggles, and emerged stronger, braver, unstoppable. Look at yourself and see who you've become. You are no longer the victim. You are the victor. And now, look at your future. It's bright, it's limitless. The path you've walked has led you here to the edge of your true power, to the moment where your potential is no longer something you hope for, but something you've claimed as your own. You are the wildfire they tried to contain. You are the lightning that will never strike twice in the same place. You are the force they underestimated, the storm they couldn't predict. And now that storm is here, unleashed, uncontained, and it's impossible to ignore. This is only the beginning. The world hasn't seen anything yet. The storm that you are is just beginning to rage. You are no longer held back by the past, by your pain, by the limits others set for you. You are free, and freedom comes with power. You are in control now, and that's a power no one can ever take from you. The battles you've won so far have only prepared you for what lies ahead. This is the start of your greatness. So take a breath, stand tall, feel the weight of what you've overcome, and use it to fuel your next step. The world doesn't know what's coming. They will soon, though. They will see what happens when someone who was once crushed by life rises to meet it with fire in their eyes and strength in their heart. You are the force that will change everything. Now it's time. Go. Go out into the world and show them who you've become. You've made it through the fire. Now it's your time to shine, to roar, to create, to build, to take what's yours. The storm is here and you are it. Go. Go and show the world the power they never saw coming.